Hi, my name is Christine Callender. I am a licensed realtor in the state of Colorado. I specialize in Colorado Springs, and today I'm sharing some important but easy tips for you with regards to your home. The first thing that I want to remind you about is that tonight is daylight savings, so please don't forget. We're going to be springing forward, so we're going to move our clocks forward tonight. Now, at this time of year, it's good to think about a couple of other things that we don't think about all that often. The first item that I wanted to remind you about is your smoke alarms. If you have not looked at the batteries in your smoke alarms, or let's say one time it was going off and driving you nuts and you just haven't had time to find those batteries yet, this is a good time to put that on your to-do list and make sure that all of your smoke alarms are tested and working properly. So might want to just take a little tour through your house and make sure they're all working. And then I have another tip for you as well. I have basically 3 home maintenance tips to think about at daylight savings time twice a year. So smoke detectors, number 1. Number 2, in the state of Colorado, actually there's a law right now that when you transfer ownership of your home, you must make sure that you have a carbon monoxide alarm that is working within 15 feet of every bedroom where it is a sleeping area. So if you have carbon monoxide alarms that maybe they stopped working and you're hearing that little beeping sound annoying you like I have, and you unplugged them and kind of tossed them somewhere so they don't annoy the heck out of you, you want to make sure that these are in working proper order as well. So check your carbon monoxide alarms. One should be located outside each bedroom door. You want to make sure that this is not in an area that's being blocked or an area that gets a lot of airflow, and that way it's properly measuring whether or not carbon monoxide, which is a poisonous gas but has no smell and no way to detect it other than these fancy little carbon monoxide alarms. Now, the third thing that I'd like you to think about, and this is something that actually needs to be addressed more than just twice a year, is your furnace filter. So that's why I'm coming to you here from the basement, because actually, just recently for us, the furnace stopped working. And of course, it never happens at the best time. We're going to bed. We're both my husband and I are sitting there, getting ready to go to sleep, and realize, it's really cold in here. Is the furnace working? Have you heard the furnace come on recently? No? Is it working? Let's go check. So come to find out, no, it's not working, and wonder why. Honey, when is the last time that you changed the filters on the furnace? Oh, I think probably we do need to change those filters. Well, come to find out, it's been a lot more than the recommended 3 months. And I'm embarrassed to even tell you how long it's been, so I'm not going to. But what you want to do is every 3 months, you want to make sure that you're changing the filters in your furnace. And there's a couple of recommendations that I want to share with you about changing the filter. Number 1 is, when you need to go to the store to buy your filter, you'll notice that there's a little number on the filter. So you want to write that down. Unless you want to take your really ugly old filter with you, write down the number and take it with you. Now, another tip that I've heard about that I think is fantastic is you can write that number, just take a Sharpie marker, write it right on your furnace, write the size. And then the other thing that is a great tip is, when you're putting this filter in, a lot of people have a difficult time knowing which way. So there's this side, which way. So it does matter, because if you put it in the wrong way, it's actually going to create as if you had a dirty filter. And that, not changing the filter and having the filter in the wrong direction actually makes your furnace work harder, which is going to age your furnace faster. And ultimately it's not, you're going to have to replace the furnace, which is not cheap. So this arrow is important to make sure that you're pointing the arrow toward the furnace. So I'm going to show you here as I'm replacing our furnace filters. Here is our furnace, and the air comes up into the furnace. So the arrow needs to point towards the furnace. So make sure that your arrow is pointing towards the bolt, because it's pulling air into that furnace. Okay? So the arrow's not pointing away from it, it's pointing towards the main furnace. And so what you can do is on the main furnace with a Sharpie marker, when you're writing the size of the filter that you need, You can also just put an arrow and point which way that arrow on the filter should be going, so that then you don't have to try to remember, how did that go again? So anyway, happy daylight savings time. 3 things: change your, or make sure all your smoke detectors are working. Make sure your carbon monoxide detectors are working. And if you haven't changed your filters on your furnace in the last 3 months, go take a look. Oh, and I'm sorry, one more tip about that. When you do put your filters inside, what my husband likes to do, and I think it's brilliant, put the date on it. So on the filter itself, I'm gonna write the date, and you just put the Sharpie marker, so the next time if you're not sure, when was that? You can see what date it was. And unfortunately, just recently I saw what date that was. It was not good. That's why our furnace stopped working in the middle of the night. Luckily, we changed the filter. All is good. We didn't have to call an HVAC person and pay extra fees. But our furnace is probably not going to last as long as it would have if we had changed that within the 3 months. So I hope you have a great rest of your day. My name is Christine. I'm a realtor in Colorado Springs. If you need anything for real estate or have any questions at all about your home, I'm here to help you. I hope you have a great day. Bye.